Welcome to Blue Table Talk tonight. I'm your host, Deborah Jones, along with my co-host, Toya Ozan. Hey, Toya. How you doing
Hello,
tonight?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
I'm great. We got a great podcast tonight. We have financial advisor and literacy person. We have Marcus Castille, the big man, the money making man. So Marcus Castille, how you doing, Marcus, tonight?
I am so blessed to be on a Zoom with Miss Deborah Jones and Talia. Oh, I can't wait.
I was sitting through in my living room earlier, well, a couple of weeks back. I said, you know what? I have to get Marcus on back on because we've been on the podcast before, but now you have grown. And so since you've grown, we got to know what's going on, in your business. As you've been an entrepreneur of Prime America and you the vice president, executive vice president, or just vice president? How we say that?
Just regional vice president.
Regional vice president. I'm telling you, you see,
Mhm.
nobody but the money making Marcus Castile is doing that. Okay, so Marcus, tell us a little bit. I know I can introduce you to some people, present you to others, but some people do not know who Marcus Castile is. So can you tell them just a snippet? Don't make it a long, like 3 hours. Just a snippet about who Marcus Castile is.
Simply put, I love God. I love people. I love helping people. I'm a former educator. I taught in school systems for 15 years. I was that person that needed help and couldn't find the help. So I self-educated myself, and I just want to help a whole lot of people understand their money, understand and get in a better financial position. That's my goal. That's my mission, and that's my aim.
Okay, so if say that I've already retired and I'm still trying to get money together, it's too late to do that or what?
Well, your financial situation, you're never too old for a budget. So no matter how much money you have or your age, nobody gets out of the habit of budgeting and managing money. So it is not just about the money; it's about the legacy and you passing on the generational wealth and the generational information. Because it's not what you leave to the kids; it's what you leave in them. So it's not just about the financials. It's the wisdom that you pass on.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. So what is your investment philosophy?
Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'm a teacher, y'all. So if y'all taking notes, I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna bring some illustrations in. So I actually have a seven part investment strategy. Number one, it's you have to have an emergency fund. So many people I see make the mistake get into investing. Well, they need to pull their investment because they don't have an emergency fund because what? Life happens to everybody. Car breaks down. And if you don't have an emergency fund in place, uh, you'll deplete your investment. So number one, save $1,000 in the emergency fund. Number two, you need to pay off your debts or start working to lower your debts, because debt is a problem. It'll eat up your finances. It'll eat up your investments. So you need to definitely start working to lower your debts. After that, you need to fully fund your emergency fund. You need 3 to 6 months as an emergency fund cushion after you pay down your bills, after you pay down your debt. So if you have 6 months of cushion, that's when you start being confident. And that's when you start being able to tell your job, y'all don't mess with me. I got I got 6 months of emergency fund. So don't mess with me. I can leave y'all. I can leave y'all. Don't mess with me. And then you start investing about 15% of your gross income into a Roth IRA or 401k. But and then number five, you need to start saving for your kids' colleges if you have kids' colleges. college funds to take care of, and then pay off your 6 is pay off your home early, and then finally you need to build wealth and give.
Well, if you pay off your home and everything, you can't use that as a tax bracket and then your taxes, right?
That is a good point. Now, that little mortgage deduction that you're referring to, well, if you have a paid off home, that is worth far more than that mortgage deduction, in my opinion, and the numbers say it as well.
I'm sorry, Marcus. You had said you need to invest in. Tell me that again. You said CDs. What was it?
No, 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 no. Number one, save $1,000 in an emergency fund. You can
Okay.
put it in a money market account. Number two, pay off your debts. Number three, build your emergency fund to about 3 to 6 month cushion. So
Okay.
6 months of bills of money. So if you have all your bills together is $3,000 a month, 6 months would be, what's that, 18 grand
Hmm.
in an emergency fund. That's when you start investing. After that,
Okay. And then you said something that started with an R. I remember because my grandfather he used to invest in it. Or it was something you said.
All
right,
right.
a Roth IRA,
Mhm.
Roth IRA, in
Spell it for me.
ROTH.
Okay. Can you explain what that is?
Absolutely. Now, and that's what I recommend for the average person, the average income, middle income. A Roth IRA, let's say this, a 401k or 403b is for corporate America,
Right.
for the Exxons, it's for the plant workers.
Mhm.
Well, that's pre-tax investing. Okay. Well, when you retire, 20% is going to Uncle Sam in a 401k.
Okay.
However, I actually recommend a Roth IRA. What's a Roth IRA? A Roth IRA is after tax
Yeah.
investing. So that money comes out of your checking account. So you can save $1 million in a Roth IRA. 100% of that money is yours tax free.
Mm. Okay. And is it better? Because I've heard that it's better to save your money, put it in savings because it accumulates more interest.
It is better to invest, because you go to a mobile all, you go to a Chase, they'll give you simple interest.
Okay.
In an investment account, you get what is called compound interest. And
Okay.
I encourage everybody to Google or YouTube some videos on compound interest. Compound interest is your money making money. That's what credit cards use against us.
Mm.
The
Okay.
compound interest is why your bill, if you borrow $500, you owe like 575. It's because
Hmm.
it's compounding against you. Well, my mission is to uh, help you compound for you, your money compound for you through investment accounts.
Okay. And you so with the investment accounts, you would tell us what to invest in.
100%, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up about the investment account. So when you invest in your money, what happened? Why is it that you put money into your investment account, and if you want to pull some out, they're going to tax you, and then at the end of the year, you're going to be taxed again? Why is that?
All right, good question. So now, number one, before I say to all the viewers out there, I am not a tax advisor. Get tax help. So that's I just want to make that assertion. But anyway, what happens is you're taxed on the growth, because growth is income.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So if you take out your money early, you have what is called an early withdrawal penalty. So that may be the tax hit that you may face.
But isn't, I might be wrong. If you reach a certain age, let's say 70, okay, you're not taxed anymore on that money, or you are.
It depends on the account that you have. For example, if you invest with me for 30 years, you have an IRA. Okay, IRA simply means that's an individual retirement account.
Right, retirement account. Yeah.
You withdraw on that money, okay, that money has never been taxed. 20%, usually 10 to 20%, 10% minimum is going to come out off the top. You don't have an early withdrawal penalty at that age.
So you're telling me I'm just waiting to, like, I'm not waiting till I get 70 because I've been past that 70 stage. But you still, that's what I was told. And when I got a certain age, that I would not be penalized on the money I draw out of my investment account.
Okay.
I was told that.
Now,
But that was wrong. Because I pulled money out and I was taxed on it both ways.
Miss Deborah Jones,
That would be me.
if that money has never been taxed, once you withdraw it, once you reach age 70 and a half, you have to start withdrawing that money,
Right.
and you will be taxed.
Both ways.
Yes. It's not now it's not an age tax.
Uh-huh.
Don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
You're over the age to get taxed as far as early withdrawal. It's just that the money has to be taxed because it has never been taxed before.
Because it had never been taxed before.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I know that you are all into the financial part of it, and because when I met you, I was still working, and I was working at the school, and you came in, and you explained to us all about the IRAs, the retirement plans, and everything. You explained that to us, and I think and insurance as well, and so I know I took out a couple of them, but I heard earlier that you used to work in the school district, and what enticed you to become a financial advisor, and how long have you been doing this?
Wow. Well, I was that uneducated educator. I didn't know how my retirement worked. I didn't know how to invest my money. I got involved when I read a book called The Automatic Millionaire. I encourage all the listeners out there to go ahead and get that book, The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. I called my benefits department and said, enroll me in a 403B.
Mm-hmm.
I was furious. Nobody told me I could. In 2 years, less than 2 years, I had over 5 figures in my account. All that me starting in BISD, nobody told me that. It haunts me that nobody told me that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I actually got licensed in 2013, I thought I was by myself. I started crusading. I started telling my story. Nobody told me this, and I had over 200 clients in my first year doing this because everybody was like me. Nobody understood
Right.
how the retirement work. I need life insurance at this. Yes, you need life insurance. So again, I started crusading based on my story. That's what enticed me. Mm-hmm.
Marcus, I'm sorry. You said you told them to enroll you in what?
What is a 403B? 403B is what a 401k is for corporate America.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before we go on, speak with you, Marcus. Let me say hello to the listeners because they are important to us. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to a Blue Table Talk podcast. We have tonight Regional Director Marcus Castille with Prime America. And so I want, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Marcus, please feel free to throw them out there, and I'm gonna throw them to Marcus so he can tell you more, but so he can answer your questions. So tonight we have Terry, we have Stephanie, and Terry says hello, and Stephanie says hello as well. Terry also said compounding is your money making money while you sleep, and so that that's awesome. So hello while you sleep. Okay, Marcus, you got to turn that phone down.
See, I'm playing around. I'm doing too much. I'm
Hey,
doing too much.
hey, hey. And we also have Kathy Wingate out there. She just tuned in. So, also, Marcus, so are you a fiduciary as well, uh, uh, or not?
Miss Deborah,
Yes,
I,
sir.
I promise you, man, that stings when you said that,
I want to.
because that's the license that I'm working on. It haunts me that I have not got it.
Mhm,
I did not pass that test. I have several licenses, and we're going to discuss that. But fiduciary is a license.
mhm,
I actually went into a school. A young lady asked me, "Are you a fiduciary?"
mhm,
Fiduciary simply means that uh, you manage the money, or you manage the funds for somebody else.
mhm,
So it is actually a license. It is the financial advisor license. And again, I want to say this publicly. I am not a financial advisor.
mhm,
It is a actual license. People that there are insurance agents that call themselves financial advisors. That's against the law. I'm
mhm.
a financial representative. I have multiple securities licenses, and I'm still not a financial advisor. Everybody gonna call me a financial advisor though.
Yeah.
So, but I am technically not a fiduciary. Uh,
Mhm,
Also, you have to have a minimum of $25,000 to invest with a fiduciary. A fiduciary is again a license, um, but I am not a fiduciary just yet. But I'm as sure as I'm standing here, sitting here, I'm gonna be a fiduciary by the end of the year.
awesome, awesome. So, how many licenses do you have, and
I
what
have,
license
I
are?
have I have 6 licenses. I have my life insurance licenses, and I have my investment license, SIE 6, Series 6, Series 63. I have a supervisor investment license, Series 26, and I also have a mortgage license.
Okay, okay. Let me go back to my listen. Hello, hello, Judy. How are you tonight? Thank you guys, like I said earlier, for coming on tonight. And if there are any questions, anybody out there, if there are any questions that you would like to throw to Marcus Castille, who is the regional director for Primerica, if there are any questions that you want to ask him, please feel free to go ahead and ask him that question. Um, what does a good budget include? And as you work with people out there in the industry.
All right, great. Budgeting is about priorities. Uh, I can't. Your budget is going to be different from mine because my priorities are different from your priorities. Um, m- Number one for me, my priority is given to the kingdom, given to God. So I'm
Mhm,
automatically going to invest. I'm going to give over 10%,
mhm,
5 figures to the kingdom of God every year. So that's number one. That's my priority. Number two, it's my son Noah. Noah is 17 years old.
mhm,
He wasn't born yesterday. I needed to be saving for college a long time ago. So college savings is number two. So before I even eat, I'm giving to God, I'm saving for my son because that's priorities for me. Number three, paying off debts. I can't reiterate enough. You have to lower your debt. You have to break the chains of debt, uh, because I student loans. I sit with a lot of people.
yes.
Yo, my people are saying I'm not paying them student loans off. I'm gonna die with them student loans. Yo, yo, them student loans don't go away. The debt doesn't go away.
Uh,
It's time to face it. It's time to look it in the eye and break the chains of the debt. But included in my budget, number one guide, my priorities is my son, paying off the debt, decreasing that as much as possible, and definitely investing.
You know, when we know better, we do better.
Absolutely.
Back in my day, probably in your mom's time as well, we weren't taught investments. You know, so we didn't know, you know, what to invest in or how to invest or what, you know, say put our money to the side, even for savings, because we had to work for the family.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, and is I heard you say earlier, it's never too late to invest or to save,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So, with that, if you are retired, do you could you still invest or save your money or whatever?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, number one, everybody needs an emergency fund. So that's a portion of investing. You need a cushion between you and life. You need a barrier between you and life. That's number one. After you get that cushion, okay, you want for me, okay, because my folks, I sat with a lot of people and they said my kids are on their own. I ain't saving them nothing. Well, that's not my story. Okay. I want my goal is to leave my kids with some money.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely you want to, for me, I'm gonna set aside set aside some, if I'm retired, I'm gonna invest and have some money growing for them. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely, you definitely want to. It's never too late to invest, because investing is about goals. And if you have a goal to leave your kids plenty of money, yeah, definitely,
Right.
mhm, should be invested.
To be able. So why is it now to start getting involved into stock markets?
Because the stock market is at an all-time high. Uh, that's again my community. I was not taught about the stock market. I was not taught about investing. If you were to Google your age, okay, where the stock market was when you were born,
Mm-hmm.
and look at where it is now,
Mm-hmm.
it's growing. The stock market grows every year, and we're scared to invest. We're not educated about the stock market. We're scared. People say, "Oh, you're gonna lose all your money in the stock market." Ain't put a penny in the stock market, but you heard people say, "Don't get in the stock market. You're gonna lose all your money." When people getting rich in the stock market, you go to a bank, they give us 0.01% on our money. The stock market, the S&P this past year, 2023, returned over 24%. I looked at one of my clients, he got like a 18% return on the money in 1 year. You can't go to a bank and get that.
Right.
I have
I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
a quick question. I didn't want to interrupt you about debt. So when it comes to credit card debts, I know I've been told you need a certain amount to, keep your credit going. So do you think that do we need credit cards, or we don't need credit cards? Do we need to keep money on it, or what?
Oh, you done started a controversy, girl. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. So, Talia, there's two frames of thought about that. I'm gonna give you the real, okay? Um, keep your credit, get your house, do all those things for credit, whatever.
Mhm.
However, um, you really need to stay away from debt as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. Because debt is like a cycle, it's like a snowball. And everybody in the, how can I say, the mainstream would say you need to have credit to buy this and that. Well, cash can buy the same thing.
Yeah.
So My frame of thought is everything I could buy with credit, I could buy with cash.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that's pushing, you need to have this to buy your car. You need to have credit to buy a car. Well, if I save that same money, if I discipline myself to save that same money, learn how to increase my income,
Mm-hmm.
I could buy it with cash.
Mm-hmm.
So stay debt free as much as possible.
Okay.
Credit is not your friend.
Well, Marcus, why does your credit go down whenever you don't use a credit card or you tell them that you don't want the card anymore? Why does your credit numbers go down?
Good question. Credit industries are not regulated, so they can really do what they want to do. It's not a science behind credit. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care who you talk to. I've seen uh, the game played. Uh, I have I to be honest with you, I've always had great credit, but I don't need the credit. That's when my score went up.
When
So
you eliminated all of, so if I pay, I don't have a lot of, we don't have a lot of debt. So if I was to pay off my credit cards, my credit score would go up. And if I don't use the credit cards or tell them, hey, go ahead and I don't want the credit cards anymore,
mhm,
then
yeah,
would my credit score stay up or will it drop?
you more than likely your credit score would drop.
I
But
thought,
again, the industry is pushing you to get more debt.
yeah.
So it's a cycle. So you choose to listen to who you want to listen to. I subscribe to Dave Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Ramsey will say, "Hey, look, uh, no debt nowhere except a mortgage." So,
Okay.
but again, cash is king, and that's what I believe.
Yeah.
And you said Dave Ramsey?
Yes, Dave
Okay.
Ramsey.
Okay.
When we had the pandemic, the stock market went down. So people was like, should I keep my money there or should I pull it out? A lot of people were pulling their money out the stock market because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
So at this point, 2023, you think that people should start putting their money back in and then see if it's going to rise again or what?
So, as an investor, there's two types of investors. There's people that time the market. That's like you mentioned. I'm gonna pull my money out because of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are people that are long term investors. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna invest regardless.
Because of right.
I'm that educator or that person or that representative is going to tell you to invest whatever the market is doing. Keep investing, because at the end of the day, you're going to have investing is like going on an escalator. It's
Mm-hmm.
going up and down all the time. If you look at the market, it's going up and down all the time, but it's up and down on an escalator.
Mm-hmm.
The more time you have in the market, the more money you're going to have, regardless of what the market is doing. If you take the long term approach of buy mutual funds and dollar cost averaging, that's some terms that everybody needs to look up and to understand. Dollar cost averaging, buy mutual funds. Mutual funds is over 300 different companies all in one portfolio. So if you keep on investing, you're gonna have way more money in the long term. So I'm not gonna time the market. That's a day trader. People
Right.
that day trade, they watch the market all day long, and you
Right.
can do that. People can make money on that.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, for the masses, be a long-term investor. You're gonna have a whole lot more money.
Mm, okay.
Hmm.
And can you explain to us the benefits of? I want to move to life insurance, if that's okay.
Sure.
Can you tell us the pros and cons for term versus whole life?
Okay. Okay, that's the second controversy you started, girl. You know, people feel about their whole life, boy. They gotta have to wrestle people with their whole life, boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let me start here. So, uh, this podcast for what I'm about to say is not to tell you which one is better.
Right.
I'm gonna show you how to get the most value for your money.
Okay. Sounds good.
Basically, in a whole life policy, you can say whole life, variable life, universal life, and that's big. The universal IULs right now. There's only two types of life insurance, and that's cash value and that's term.
Okay.
Here's how cash value works. Let's take John and Mary. They have $100,000 of life insurance on them. At age 65, they're gonna have like $76,000 of cash value in the policy.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what John and Mary don't know. For the first 3 to 5 years, their account balance is zero. Now, Miss Deborah Jones, you invested with me $225 a month, $3,000 a year, and at the end of the year, you call me up and you say, Marcus, how much I got in my account? I tell you zero.
Right.
How that make you feel?
Oh, I'm coming after you.
And that's for whole life. That's for whole life, right?
That's whole life.
Yeah. Yep, that happened to me. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't have no money. All your money going toward fees in the commission to the agent. Okay. Number two, you're only getting 1 to 4% interest on your money. The banks are making anywhere from 10 to 12%. Insurance companies are making 10 to 12% on your money.
Dang.
Number three, if you need your money, you have to borrow your own money in a whole life policy. And if you borrow 10,000, it reduces the death benefit.
Right. Right.
So if you started with 100,000, but if you borrow 10,000, now you got $90,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now the last funny banking rule about these whole life policies is if you die, the company actually gets to keep the cash value.
Shut up.
What? What?
Yep. Boy, if that happened to me, you was gonna see me on the news.
But Talia, listen to my next statement.
Uh-huh.
9 out of 10 policies that are sold are cash value policies.
All right.
Wow. That's crazy.
So my investment philosophy is to buy life insurance like you buy car insurance, like you buy homeowners insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a term policy, you'll get more coverage. So now that for that same $225 you're spending, you'll get more coverage. Now you got a $225,000 policy. God forbid you die too soon, you got more coverage. Now, also you buy mutual funds at the same time. For that same $225, that policy, that life insurance policy, you're paying $80 a month. Now, with that difference, we put into a mutual fund at age 65, you're going to have well over $265,000.
That's over 30 years?
Over 30 years. Now, God forbid something were to happen to you, your beneficiaries get $225,000 of life insurance, and they get the money that's in your mutual funds.
That's what the term insurance.
That's what buying term and invest the difference.
We were taught. Well, I can't say about everybody. I know I was taught that don't buy term insurance because when your term is up, it's up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and go to the whole life insurance because it's what it is, whole life, your entire life. So that's what kept me away from term insurance. Because if I reach the age of 85, that term is up.
That's it.
That's it. You know, so
the difference between the life insurance agents that you sat with and my parents sat with is that I'm not going to just sell you a life insurance policy. I'm going to put you a plan in place. And
Mm.
the difference is, God forbid you die too soon, you're going to have some life insurance all the way up until you usually your working age, till about 70 years old. You're going to have some life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But at age 70, you're going to have six figures in your account, in your investment accounts, your Roth IRA, if you follow my plan. I don't want you to have life insurance. I want you to have some money in your account so you can be what is called self-insured. You don't need life insurance. You got a lot of money.
Cause you know what I thought about doing, Marcus? I was like, all this money I'm paying in life insurance, I might as well put it in my savings account.
It makes sense for some people,
Yeah.
but again,
Yeah, you're gonna need that insurance, right?
you need life insurance. God
Yeah,
Yeah.
forbid, something were to happen to you.
right.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yep, absolutely.
So how do you prefer to speak to your to communicate with your client? Would you rather them face to face, or would you rather talk to them on the phone, or email, or how would you prefer communicating?
I'm constantly with our systems. I'm constantly communicating to our clients. I'm emailing. I have systems for annual reviews. Uh, Depending on uh, the amount of assets my clients have, I have them in groups. If,
Mhm.
if you're Miss Deborah Jones, you got $1 million. I'm calling you every 90 days, girl.
Well, you ain't
So
got to worry about calling me. You hang up the phone already.
yeah, yeah, but with Zoom, man, a client will call me, have questions. I could get them on a Zoom immediately, and I just love talking. Some of my clients have become my great friends, so I love communicating to my clients constantly.
Right, right. So it doesn't matter. I mean, do you still come in this area, Beaumont area, to talk to your clients, what? So are you just like you say, Zoom it or whatever? Go ahead.
Miss, how could you say that? I love,
We we
I
back on.
love, I love the Golden Triangle. That 90% of my clients are in the Golden Triangle. I'm
Mhm.
always in the school systems, talking to teachers about their retirement. So I'm definitely going to be probably at Charlton Pollard soon and Curtis real soon. But I'm going to be doing changing my strategy. I'm probably going to have an investment seminar through Zoom, but definitely want to have a lot of people more so I could get a wider audience on Zoom.
Right. Let me change over to estate planning. Um, Tell me a little bit about that. Estate planning.
Oh man, y'all tag teaming with these controversies. Okay, all right. So for those of you don't know, my mom recently passed. She passed on the 12th of December. And there's three things that I want to share that I learned from my mom's passing. My mom did not. She probably knew she was sick, but she didn't tell anybody.
Uh,
She made statements like, Marcus, if something happened to me, take care of your daddy. And she was just saying that, out of the. I didn't realize she was saying that she was saying she was sick.
mhm.
However, mom passed unexpectedly on the 12th of December.
Right.
Um, didn't leave any instructions
Yes.
what we need to do. Okay, so uh, Talia, I probably can guess what you want for your funeral, but do I really know what you want for your funeral?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I want to say is we need to normalize writing down and communicating our final wishes.
Yeah.
I'm so with tears in my eyes,
Yeah.
I wrote my mom's obituary
Mm-hmm.
and I wrote the program for the service. I was attacked by my oldest brother. Called me. Can we say the N word on your program?
Hey, if he
We,
call you that, call it.
Well, look, we didn't have people say worse on here, so
What?
yeah, yeah. He called me every kind of N word you can. You know, and my mom just passed.
Scream on my face.
You know,
Go
so
ahead.
uh, all kind of inputs was given. They wanted somebody to sing that couldn't sing. They wanted to sing a Christmas song at a funeral. Well, all of that could have been avoided.
Yes.
Somebody would have written down, my
right.
mom would have written down what she wanted. Number two, get adequate life insurance. A lot of people, you get these pre-needs, there's a difference between a burial policy and uh, income replacement. A burial policy, that's $10,000 of life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
We need to normalize in getting income replacement. You get 50, you get 100,000, 250,000, leave a legacy. You leave something extra for the children and not just enough to bury you.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, number three, God forbid, right now, if my dad would have passed, we get nothing. We get nothing. Why? Because no estate planning was put in place. Everything was, yeah, I have keys to the house, but it's still not our names don't transfer. The kids' name don't transfer to the house. The cars, all of that, nothing transfers until we do it right. Till it's written in a will that Marcus gets this, the sons get this, the daughters get this. Nothing transfers. So we need to normalize having things written down, and all of the confusion, the animosity, that could have been avoided if we just did a little thing. Y'all know how much a will costs through like a legal shield? It's like $38 a month. Everybody could spend that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Marcus, I have a question because
Okay.
you hit on something. So when it comes to someone leaving a will and leaving a will, and it's not, I guess if it's not done properly, okay, say someone left a will. A will could, how we know if that's the right will?
It has to be
Yeah.
It
it
has
has
to be what?
registered with the county or the state.
Right. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
and
And your
if it,
lawyer will tell you about it. Your lawyer
and
will
if
tell
it's not registered with the county or state, that's not that will is not standing. It's not like good standing.
you. It's none
Absolutely.
of boy.
It's
Absolutely.
null and void. So if a stranger got a hold to the will and was saying, okay, this is for you, this, that, and the third, legally they can't do that.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No. Kathy Wingate says, Marcus, that happens all the time. Even if your mother would have said what she wanted, that still would have had something to do, something to say. You did what your mother would have wanted. I'm praying for your strength. So,
Well, thank you, Miss Kathy. But our people uh, normalize the um, wrong things over right. This could have been avoided if we just took a little bit of time to do some
right,
estate planning.
right.
Okay. Okay.
And
And what?
that will supersedes everything.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me ask you this: if a stranger got hold to the so-called will, and if it was say myself a grandchild got involved, could I fight it, even if the kids don't want to, knowing that it was done illegally?
Well,
That will. I'm sorry, Marcus. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you're asking estate planning questions, and I'm not an estate attorney.
Okay.
You would you those specific questions would definitely be handled better by a state attorney. But I
Okay.
know what's written override what is said.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, that will, whatever's written in that will, it supersedes everything.
Yeah, but it has to be done through the state in order for it to be upstanding.
You go to that county clerk's office. Well, as far as me, I didn't go to the county clerk's office. My lawyers sent it to the county clerk's office,
Gotcha.
and so they did what they're supposed to do, because if it's not registered there,
Mm-hmm.
that's where your null and void comes in.
Yep.
So it has to be registered. Otherwise,
Right.
you just a solid brass and a tinkle symbol.
So like right now, my mom. So I actually invested in a property. My mom had a property was just sitting there. I said, Mom, to supplement your income when you stop working, I'm gonna just fix this house up, put a renter in there, and you collect the money from it. Well, Mom, I go to the same property management company that I actually started them with. Them introduced my mom to them. They don't even know me. So I gotta go and fight all of that because again, things were not written down.
Right. It's like just like God told Moses, write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Hmm.
I know you said you're going to Charlton Park to about the insurance and the retirement plans and everything. And so Melanie Moyer said you are welcome to come to Paul Brown as well.
Miss Holt, stop. If you could get me past Dr. Calvin Rice, I'll go to Paul Brown. Don't you come on here, Miss Como, and say that. I the scratch Deborah Jones. Can you take a comment off?
Hey, you want me to take Mills off?
Take, take Millie Cook. Where is she
He
going?
said she also says it's done. Mel, hey, if it could pass through Melanie, come on, it could pass through Calvin Rice.
Okay, all right.
That's right.
Let's see. Let's see.
Right.
Let me see which kind of
So
oh, goodness.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So you sell life insurance,
Mm-hmm.
you sell stocks,
Mm-hmm.
you help people to invest in stocks, and you help them with their retirement plans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with all this, when somebody retires, they can feel good about themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
What's retirement age for? Or does it matter?
retirement is not an age, but a financial number.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say 65 is the retirement age for everybody. That's what the government says. However, it's a financial number. It's the amount that you actually need in the bank so you can actually stop working. When I'm sitting in front of a Deborah Jones or the brand new teacher, the first year teacher, I'm gonna number one investigate what kind of time horizon are we dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 30 years, I know right now you're going to only get 69% of your earned income from TRS. And let me stop there.
Mm-hmm.
It has been teachers teachers just got a cost of living increase. Uh,
Retired teachers,
Retired teachers
right?
just got a cost of in over a decade. So
Mm-hmm.
if I sit in front of an educator, I know one thing: they're going to retire. Uh, their TRS is not going to be a whole lot of money to retire on. So I explained to them, listen, start saving so you can have more money, so you can meet that retirement gap that you're going to experience from TRS because it's not going to be enough.
Right.
That's why you need to start saving in a Roth IRA. That's why you need to start a full 3B, is because your TRS will not be enough.
Debbie, I hope I say your last name right, Debbie. Debbie Lothridge said, I need to see if you can get to Memorial High School in Port Arthur.
Well, Miss Lothridge, I was at TJ. If I could come to TJ, I could find my way to Memorial. So all I need is a connection. I'll bring some food, I'll feed the staff. I'll do a lunch and learn, and everybody gonna retire happy.
I guess so. Maybe I need to go back in and retire again.
Don't start, man. We need you line dancing. We just need you line dancing. Come on, we just need you line dancing, Sister Debbie Jones.
You might need to do that, man. So what is you spoke about cash flow earlier. So what is a cash flow statement? Is that everything that you invest in, or what? What is a cash flow statement?
Cash flow is just the amount of expenses minus the cash coming in. A cash flow statement is usually in general for a business.
Mm-hmm.
How much cash you got coming in minus the expenses. Like for example, for any of our rental properties, it's always a cash flow statement. How much income came in minus the expenses.
Your job gives you insurance when
Mm-hmm.
you have your own job. So what is outside? What is life insurance outside of your job?
I'm glad you asked, because so many people, that's the first objection that so many people have. I have life insurance on my job. I know one or two things that's going to happen. Number one, you're going to leave the job for one or two reasons. Number one, you're going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Once you retire, you leave the benefits unless you have a portable policy. And a lot of these policies on the job is a group plan. The policies are not portable. So when you leave the job, you leave the benefits. Okay? So you're going to retire or you're going to quit. So God forbid, if you're not an active employee, for example, if you on a family leave, you have a COVID, you're technically not an active employee. So they can say on that group plan,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to cover this if you die. And that has happened. So because of that group plan, you have only a group plan, that you don't have life insurance. That's why you get a policy outside of the job. That policy outside of the job, you can control it. You own it.
David also says, may I contact you? May I have your contact information so she can get on it?
Miss Debbie, I gotta ask, are you a person with some power, with some pull? Because I promise you, I try to get in Port Arthur is like a wall of the city of Jericho. Nothing come out, nothing come in.
What's your phone number, Marcus?
Okay. Now, you want me to give it to you now?
I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna type it and put it out.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. What I really want people to do, and no, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to mess up your show up. Go ahead.
No. I'm just waiting for your phone number.
Oh, okay. 409
Mm-hmm.
466 5948. I hope Miss Debbie got some power and some pull. Give me a Port Arthur, PA.
Hey, you never know about people now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know Miss Debbie.
She know you. She know you now. Okay, so that's the number right there.
That's it.
Okay. All right, David, that's the number. You can contact him, and he will surely do what he needs to do on his end. So let's see. Okay, what is one thing you would tell everybody who about their finances, their the insurance, the strategies of what you do with Prime America? If somebody wanted to get involved, what would you tell them?
You need to stop making resolutions. You need a revolution. if you think about the American Revolution, and revolution is nothing but a word of overthrowing a government.
Mm-hmm.
You getting tired of the slavery revolution. You tired of slavery. You tired of something governing you. You need to, if if finance is always a struggle for you, you need to make 2024 your year to change your financial life. Overthrow the chains. If debt is a problem, I want you to find me, text me, text revolution to my number, your name and number, and I'm going to help you get a financial plan in place. You don't need another resolution. Resolutions are short lived. Nothing happens until you get tired. How I got out of debt, how I changed my financial life around is that I got tired. I got mad. I wanted. I get frustrated even saying it. I didn't want the credit card companies calling me. I didn't want nobody calling me no more. I said enough is enough. I'm gonna deal with the student loan people. I'm gonna pay them off. I got tired. I brought the new cars back to the dealership. My wife wasn't happy about that, by the way. I moved to a smaller house from a bigger house. But again, I got tired. If you want to change your financial life around, text revolution to my number. I'm going to get you a plan in place. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you started off the right way. I'm going to get your budgeting right. I want you to take my 90-day challenge where we start budgeting. We start saving some money. We start investing. We start increasing our income. If you text me, text revolution to my number, your name and number, we're going to get you started.
That is that with anybody, or is just that just you have to be working on, not people who are retired already, right?
Everybody, text revolution. If you want a plan, if you want some insight, if you want to get a will in place, if you want to get some life insurance, text revolution to my number.
I heard you say about the credit card, getting rid of the credit cards and stuff like that, but I know there are a lot of people who want at least one credit card. Should that be like an American Express or like a what's the other one? Discovery or what?
Ooh, Discover is the worst credit card you can have because of the way they calculate the interest. So if you have a Discover card, go ahead and cut that up. That is killing your finances. If you have to have a credit card, have a charge account. American Express, where you have to pay it back at the end of the month.
That ain't fun.
See, you see.
Why get something when you got paid back at the end of the month? I might invest in something like $3,000, and at the end of the month I got paid back that $3,000. Now, take my card.
You got it, Deborah Joe. You got it, Miss Deborah. You got more money than all of us put together.
I received that in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name. Yes. I should have been the one who won that lottery last night. But I didn't play, and you can't win if you don't play.
You don't play.
Yeah.
You don't play.
I didn't win. I play every time. I didn't play last night. So is there, Toria, is there anything you would like to say before we close out the show?
No, ma'am. He answered my questions, but I'll be contacting Marcus so he can help me get this stuff together. Because I just got one of the policies, Marcus. It is Prime America.
Okay. We need to find out if it's in force and what kind of, you have an agent and stuff like that. We need to find out about it.
Okay.
I don't even know if I should say this. But, a lot of people pull. Okay, we're going to close out the show. So I'll say it after the show. I'll say it after the show. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. We appreciate y'all as always. You always support me. And if you need your finances worked out or if you need things straight, contact the regional director of Prime America, Marcus Castille. His number is going across the screen. And as always, if you don't know Marcus by now, if you want to meet him, trust me, he is a good person. A good person. If he talk to you, if he tell you something, believe him, because
That's true.
he is God sent. And I'm not just saying that, Marcus, because I got you on the show tonight, but I know you, and we have become real close friends. You know, and you know, to know him is to love him. You
That is true. He's a good guy.
know, good guy. And he said there were some things that he did not know, and when he got into this, and he didn't know it, but he had to learn it, and so he go out and tell other people. I didn't know this, but now that I know this, I could tell you about it. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. You know. And Marilyn Moyer also says he's an awesome young man. He is. So Regina, I said, hey, and congrats on his last year. And so we're gonna go ahead and close out. If I can help somebody else pass along this way, then you guys know that my name is God bless you, God. Good Amos, and hello, and thanks, Marcus. Okay, so good night, guys. Marcus, you stay on for 1 second. Good night, guys.
Good night.